Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and we're going to talk about the Twin Flame Astrology forecast for the week ahead. We are set to have a very intense week of cosmic energies, so I feel this intensity really is supporting a very powerful karmic re-evaluation when it comes to love, especially as we prepare for Venus to go retrograde. We also have a very powerful full moon in Gemini, I feel, which is really pushing the feminine to step into this future timeline. And I feel Venus conjunct Pluto from last week is still strongly impacting all of our moods, all of the energy this week. So we have a lot going on. I think things are about to get a little bit more intense this week, as the divine feminine really is pushed to awaken to her highest potential. I also feel our soul power is being anchored as we fully prepare to shift into 5D Earth and this new timeline. So a lot of this is happening at the unconscious level as we are all kind of being prepared for the next chapter, the next leg of our journey. So this week is set to be intense when it comes to detoxing our spiritual bodies, when it comes to our counterparts, as we're both being pushed to reach our highest potential. So embrace your inner power, embrace self-love this week. Self-care is in focus because externally our life will be reflected based on the inner work that we've done. So I think this week might bring a little bit of restrictions, especially when it comes to taking action. So just enjoy going within is kind of a big message this week. Isolation, I feel, is in focus when it comes to these energies, in order for us to go within so we can find where we've been stuck, where we've not been able to break free from any toxic patterns, and in order to redirect us to be able to enjoy life to the fullest is kind of what I feel. So I think a lot of downloads have been coming in for myself personally. A lot of light codes and downloads have been coming in over the last several days. So it really is important for you to be present and be still when we receive these DNA code activations in order to integrate them fully for us to kind of step into our fullest potential. So whenever I can feel those codes coming in, I always go into meditation and I allow the energy to just pass through me. So I kind of feel many of the masculines, the divine masculine twin, is feeling super blocked this week is kind of what I'm feeling, especially when it comes to their outer environment. And I feel this is really to get them to sit in silence, to sit with their emotions, and to finally get to know themselves. So I feel a lot of the masculines have had things ripped out of them that they've been using to mask their pain, to not sit with these emotions. So many of the masculines, I feel, are losing jobs. People, places, and things are being eradicated out of the masculine's life in order to get him to go within, to listen to the incoming information that's coming forward from his guides, and to embrace this DNA coding, this downloaded information that's coming in, preparing us for this union energy. So I think a lot of frustration for the divine masculine twin as these immense energies kind of come in, fueling the masculine into his powerful self. So I feel a lot of etheric body activations, and I feel this frustration really is boiling under the surface because the masculines do want to take action. They are desiring and being urged to embrace this change, and I feel clarity is coming forward this week when it comes to action being taken. I think the masculine's finally going to be able to figure things out, to take those steps forward, to find solutions. And I do feel the masculine is being broken wide open in the energies this week. So divine feminine, flow through the energies, listen to your higher guidance, because the next couple weeks are going to be very intense as we collapse all of these outdated shadow timelines, and we reach a place of resolution, both collectively and individually. So a lot of us are being shown our true destiny moving forward, showing what really was not meant to be ours is being released when it comes to ancestral lineage, ancestral content that is still needing to be addressed and purged. So I feel particularly with the divine feminine, there is a lot coming up when it comes to ancestral limitations and blocks, when it comes to freedom and manifestation. So I think get ready to go into the depths of why these blocks are there, divine feminine. So we have, today we have Mars entering Sagittarius, and Mars will be in Sagittarius from today all the way through January 24th. So I feel this is a major revision for the future in 2022, especially for the masculine. We also have Mercury entering Capricorn today from December 13th to January 8th. So I feel this is action-oriented energy, especially with expansive Sagittarius, fire energy. So this might help ease up some of that very uncomfortable tension that many of us have been feeling. I feel it's this lust for life, this passion for knowledge being ignited within the masculine's subconscious. And I feel, although this, is going to feel a lot lighter than Mars transiting through Scorpio, this energy really is supporting us to overcome all of these limitations, to invest our energy in what is going to promote spiritual growth, expansion, joy. And I feel with Mercury entering Capricorn, this is going to create a powerful shift today that will really support us when it comes to communication. So grounding communication. Capricorn energy is earth energy, tangible, physical world energy. So I feel this pragmatic way of doing things really is being emphasized when it comes to the masculine restoring his sense of mental discipline and accountability for his life. So, Mars is very adventurous when it comes to fiery Sagittarius. It's very passionate. There's this deep desire for new experiences. And I feel the next month and a half really is about releasing overindulgences and stepping into our desire for freedom and exploration when it comes to our spiritual journey, when it comes to our spiritual path, and the desire to kind of overcome limitations. I feel the masculine is about to come back to life after a very long period of dark night of the soul energy. So since the Archer rules the legal system too, I feel, and the universal cosmic laws, this is really going to be revolutionary for the collective in general. It's really going to highlight social injustices and moral violations. So I think it's about restoring a sense of equality and fairness. And this really is pushing the masculine to find that extra dose of courage, I feel, to defend his beliefs, to defend what has been truly on his heart, especially as we inch closer to the end of December. So it can be a challenging transit today in the energies when it comes to people that are not willing to compromise. And I feel an increase when it comes to argumentative energy, especially if you're in connections that are no longer in alignment with this new higher vibration that you've been downloading. So I think there's a challenge about putting your dreams into action, a challenge when it comes to getting started, taking that first step in a new direction. I feel abandonment energy coming up on the horizon when it comes to the connections that we're needing to release in order for us to feel supported, to stay realistic and confident about our goals and our objectives moving forward. So today might prove to be a little bit difficult when it comes to choosing a direction forward, especially for those that have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces placements, major placements. So I think the energy really is pushing for forward movement and to finally set that goal and do what it takes to reach your destination. With Mercury in Capricorn, I feel this is going to give us all a stronger sense of mental fortitude, especially when it comes to the earth sign energy. Fire energy might not like Mercury in Capricorn, and water might not like it either, because Mercury rules the way that we think, our thought processes, and it is about practicality with Mercury in Capricorn. So I think thinking processes are going to kind of slow down when it comes to all of that fire energy. I think things are about to get really serious during this next cycle with Mercury in Capricorn in order for us to really get focused. So I think this is the perfect time for many of us in the collective to seek out people who are experienced and wise spiritual teachers, especially if, you know, this is somebody that has achieved something that you're looking at setting a goal in achieving. It's a perfect time to reach out to mentors, spiritual teachers, and to seek out that core valuable advice if you're looking for answers on your own journey. It's about connecting with the right people who will add value to your life and to help you kind of achieve your goals in the long run. So working harder is going to be in focus over the next few weeks, especially as the sun prepares to shift into Capricorn on December 21st. So we need to remember Divine Feminine. We are about to reap the rewards of our hard work. We got to keep doing the work and putting in the energy to get things done now in order to reap that harvest with Mercury and Capricorn. So our focus is on practical and sober energy. I think the energy is quite sobering for the masculine under this influence, and it will allow him to find a much easier focus when it comes to concentrating on what it is that he needs to do to move forward. So I think reality checks in the energy today as we focus on these practical matters, our thought processes and our patterns of communication are going to be more logical. It's going to be more orderly and more organized. So I think it's going to be easier to sort out fantasy and illusion from what's actually real. It's about speaking no nonsense. It's about being precise and speaking that truth and grounding that in these new energies. Do be aware of being too rigid, though, when it comes to your thoughts and your words and how you appear to people outwardly, because the energy can be quite harsh, and there is a really fine line between being real and being pessimistic. So I feel the earth signs are going to thrive with Mercury and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn are going to thrive under this influences. And I do feel the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, and Libra, are likely going to struggle with this energy until Mercury shifts into Aquarius into next month, into January. So with Mars entering Sag today, we also have Mars opposition the North Node. So the North Nodes are always related to the subconscious mind. The South Node represents the subconscious motivations from past life karma. That is, you know, our inner inclination to cling to what we already know. And I feel this really is pushing the masculine to shift into that North Node, to find his conscious motivations, to step out of the subconscious programming and to step into the present and into the future. So I think a lot of unfoldment when it comes to appropriate changes within the masculine psychology and thought processing. And I feel basically with this square, with Mars opposition North Node, it's similar to a square aspect. It's a hard aspect. So it's basically going to really illuminate where you've skipped a step, where you've missed learning a lesson, where you've struggled to complete a karmic task in past lives. And now I feel the masculine is going to be forced to address this in this life with even a heavier karmic debt to be paid back. So I think a lot of frustration when it comes to these painful repeated lessons that are continuously being thrown in the masculine's face, nudging him to fulfill his karmic lesson in this life that he's failed to do in a past life when it comes to the South Node. So I feel instinctual abilities are going to be brought over for the masculine to be aware of in order for him to find a harmonious way to restore a sense of balance in his life. I feel the energy is highly combustible. It's dynamic as the masculine is kind of forced to turn inward, releasing this neurotic obsession. I think he's fighting a lot of inner demons at the moment with this shift in order for him to draw on his spiritual resources to point him in his true North Node direction. So I feel this is going to present a lot of delicate karmic situations that are needing to be balanced out, needed to be diluted away in order for the masculine to step into his fullest possible potential. I feel the brakes are getting put on in the false contracts, and there's going to be a lot of aggression to be dealt with as the masculine learns to release control and to embrace a gentler, more subdued, graceful pace in his life. I feel these energies need to be curbed in order for the masculine to have a favorable outcome. I think there's a lot of unfavorable circumstances arising in the masculine's world this week. Very temperamental and angry emotions coming to the surface, overly aggressive physicality. And I feel the masculine's health really is taking a hit this week when it comes to this excessiveness, the excessive codependency, the excessive addictions really have strained the masculine's physical body, which is weakening it. I feel causing a major breakdown in the energies for the masculine. In order for him to find himself again. I feel there's a lot of opposition coming through for the masculine in the shift today. I think he's feeling very alienated in order to find his true core values, in order to release this predisposed karmic energy, and for him to finally act on his own energy to make decisions that are best for him. And I feel a lot of upset and upheaval when it comes to the karmic group dynamic that the masculine is connected to through the karmic attachment. So I think the feminine is learning to be less defensive in this energy. And the masculine is going to be met with a lot of fighting, a lot of aggressive, argumentative energy, because the masculine's been connected to a lot of inconsiderate people when it comes to the values of others. And the masculine is being pushed to fulfill his soul's purpose with this shift, to channel his spiritual abilities and his beliefs in order to have constructive results moving forward. I feel this combination is definitely a faded aspect in the energies today. And this is going to trigger a very strong sexual energetic attraction towards the divine feminine. It is an energy of perhaps starting over from ground zero. Second chances is kind of what I feel is coming up. So deep inner tension that the masculine is going to need to be aware of with the shift today. Because of this strong attraction to the feminine, his ego is keeping him stuck in the karmic connection. But this magnetic attraction is a very strong pull that the masculine is needing to, face this inner battle to release any codependencies is kind of what I'm feeling. So it's this energy of like action versus potential I feel coming up. It is to get the masculine to go within to receive these downloads, to integrate these codes. I do feel this generally is not going to be much of a time of action when it comes to forward movement. I think a lot is being woven behind the scenes, especially as we prepare to go into Venus retrograde in Capricorn. Venus retrograde rarely ever occurs, so this is a major prep time for healing, clearing, detoxing, and realigning our inner state of being in order to resolve this past life karma, these shadow aspects that really have made us feel unable to move forward. So there's a lot of baggage I feel coming up to be addressed when it comes to the past. And I feel a lot of ancestral spiritual communication coming through for the divine feminine in order to release any residual fear when it comes to union energy, when it comes to moving forward and opening up to the divine masculine again after all of the stuckness, the infidelity, and the conflicting separation energy. A lot of these masculines, were unfaithful. They were very manipulative. They had several women on the back burner. And I feel these are things within the divine feminine system that really have attacked her self-worth and really have blocked us from opening up to love again. So I think this finally has to be dealt with on some level this week, or it will keep affecting us moving forward when it comes to these distortions and why we keep deflecting love from the masculine. And then we have the Gemini full moon. So Gemini is all about duality. Gemini is the sign of the twins. So I think major shifts when it comes to mindset, and perspectives. And this is the last full moon of the year. This is the closing out of that North Node in Gemini as we prepare to shift into Taurus North Node. So for the last couple years, year and a half, we've been shifting our mindset, our program belief patterns, the way our thought processes work. And now as we shift into the Taurus North Node, it is all going to be about what do you value? What do you want to bring into your life that is not going to be based in past energies. So I feel a lot of repressed emotions and negative beliefs are coming up to be addressed when it comes to pain around love. Love should never hurt. I feel the infidelity is a big issue when it comes to the inability for the feminine to embrace forgiveness. And this really needs to be accepted. I think we cannot avoid this anymore. The time is now for this to come to the surface, to be talked about, to be addressed for resolution. So a lot of us are deeply empathic souls, and a lot of us absorb a lot of intense collective energy when it comes to karmic programming and past timelines. And we need to be able to differentiate between what is our own feelings and what is collective female grief, because I think there's a lot of feminines in the collective hitting that rock bottom when it comes to their self-worth and their self-value. And those that are in the higher timelines were grounding and holding that space for all of this wounding to come to the surface, to be addressed. Because I do feel love, loyalty, and devotion is in focus. I think many of us feel like our masculine is out of reach. Many of us have been very disconnected over the last several months from that telepathic connection. And I feel this week there's about to be a shift. I know for me in dream space, my masculine has been coming back. When I was in meditation the other day, I was taken to my masculine as well. So hold on to that higher love, that higher vibration, as the masculine kind of goes through a deep level of purification. So this is the final full moon of the year on the 18th. So this really is calling for a profound release of these old energetic cycles that we've been sitting with. You know, we've been working on transmuting this. I think this is a time where we're all kind of being called to get the hell out of our own way and to come forward with that reconciliation. I do feel reconciliation is within viewpoint when it comes to the energies this week. And any conflict that is arising externally to yourself really is a reflection of the conflict that still lives within when it comes to the duality nature that we're here to kind of zero out. So I think this full moon really is calling us to move beyond right and wrong, to see the polarity of life in general. You know, there really is no right or wrong. There just is. And I feel when we view as, you know, right or wrong, it really constricts us from stepping into freedom. You know, there truly is no suffering without happiness. You know, we have to experience both spectrums of this dualistic polarity in order to reach that 0 point of releasing the trapped cycle of suffering over and over and over again. So I think we're moving beyond the suffering. We cannot spiritually bypass when it comes to releasing the ego. We do have to realize and accept our own inner polarity as part of the 3D physical reality. So that's really what helps us learn and evolve as a spiritual soul being. So I think without knowing the dark, we can't step into the light. And this full moon really is calling for us all to see the beauty in the polarity of the 3D world, to find a balance between the shadow and the light, and to kind of know that we can rest knowing that we've done the hard work already. So, you know, both darkness and light lie within all of us. We are both masculine and feminine. Whether you are a female or a male, we both have masculine and feminine energies from within. We are both immortal and mortal beings. So, and we are both children and adults at the same time. So I feel we need to release any opposing parts of self in order to find that inner reconciliation, in order to have the physical reconciliation. It is about acceptance. It is about seeing beyond the labels that are put on us throughout this life, and releasing, you know, that one ring circus energy. With Gemini Sag polarity, it is a very mental energy. It is a mental axis. Gemini represents the lower ego, and Sagittarius represents the higher mind. So this Gemini full moon, I feel, is encouraging us to think logically, while the Sagittarius energy is pushing us to have that broader viewpoint. So Sagittarius is this quest for meaning in life, expansion, and I feel this full moon is really going to illuminate that. So get quiet and comfortable in your own personal environment, I feel, because Sagittarius energy is stimulating us to venture beyond that lower ego mind. So we can't neglect either end of the spectrums when it comes to this energy. It's about finding that idealistic balance between the ego and the heart, and that's exactly what this final full moon of the year is encouraging us all to do. It's about communication. Gemini is all about communication. Sag is about a sense for adventure. So whatever's been building up inside of you, now is the time to release that. The cosmic energies are demanding anything repressed come to the surface to be released, especially over the next 2 weeks. I feel many of us are going to discover what is truly meant for us, and we can't sit on these feelings anymore. They need to be expressed. So I feel the masculine really is deeply desiring coming forward. I feel the promise of fulfillment when it comes to the new moon is coming full circle. This week is going to be very emotional, guys. So I think as we step into romantic fertilization of these divine unions, this full moon really is going to illuminate what really has been keeping us stuck. So however these feelings manifest, however these revelations or emotions come to the surface, I think it is going to be a bursting energy when it comes to our consciousness. It's time to really express ourselves and to let all of these negative energies out of our system. So you might want to exercise some special care when it comes to speaking your truth, because sometimes what comes out of us won't be quite rational, as it's kind of like being triggered from the subconscious mind. So the full moon is widely square Neptune, so and in tight harmony with Jupiter. So this is really going to stimulate the energy extra. So I think if you have personal planets when it comes to your sun, your moon, your Mercury, Venus, or your Mars, in mutable signs of Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces, this is really going to affect you and your thought processes, and especially with the cardinal signs. Once again, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are going to be most affected when it comes to this full moon. So also on the day of the full moon, we have Mercury square Chiron. So this is the perfect time for spiritual epiphanies is what I'm feeling. This is really going to open up the doorway for communication when it comes to old wounds, unresolved insecurities, when it comes to having your voice heard, being validated, I feel. So once again, I think we're being forced to contend with past doubts, past insecurities. It's like coming back to the drawing board to re-examine your life, your vision for the future, and to kind of go back over any blind spots or issues that were overlooked that are needing to be addressed. So it's a rethinking energy when it comes to past trauma, wounds that really have had a big impact on your life, and how you communicate, how you think about love, and how you think about yourself. So I think a lot of unique perspectives are coming forward that will benefit you when it comes to healing your own core wound, when it comes to understanding your soul's identity, and a lot of developmental insight in the energies as we step into greater healing, releasing these insecurities, these negative beliefs, and restoring our spiritual intelligence. So I think the energy is going to be challenging. We're all being pushed to work through these obstacles, to overcome these past issues so that we can feel like we're finally heard. So I think it's set to be a very stressful time for many as these triggers of the past keep coming up to address these patterns once and for all, because many of us have been feeling very alienated throughout this integration process. And I think many of the feminines are about to be set apart from the crowd. So the masculine, I feel, is re-examining his thought processes. He's recognizing his own inconsistencies this week and embracing these nuances in order to release this self-imposed trap that he's got himself in. So step back as we embrace this reconciliation energy. There's a lot of reflection when it comes to the past this week, when it comes to stepping into our own expressive gifts. And then on December 19th, we have Venus goes retrograde. And on that same day, Chiron is going to turn direct. So, you know, we all talk about Mercury retrograde. And I don't know that any of us are really going to be ready for this Venus retrograde. Venus is the planet of love. It rules love, values, finances, and our desires, and our own personal love language. So This is a very romantic energy, to be honest, and it's going to feel like this backspin when it comes to this retrograde. It is a period basically similar to Mercury retrograde, but the focus is on our closest relationships. Past lovers, exes, and people from the past are going to be popping up out of nowhere, because it's about having that conversation once and for all, addressing what was never addressed in the past when it comes to romantic partnerships, family issues, social circles that can no longer be ignored. So we're kind of being pushed to go into these pressing issues, to retrace our steps. It's calling us to focus on this specific area when it comes to love in our life. So the last time Venus was retrograde in Capricorn was December 21st, 2019. So if you can, or 2013, pardon me. If you go back to 2013, 2014, if you look back in that time frame of your life, what events took place, because that's going to offer you clues on maybe how this retrograde might unfold for you this time around. So Venus retrograde is going to be, I believe, into January or February. So this Venus retrograde stations at 26 degrees 29. So I think get ready to go into some past stories when it comes to relationships during this retrograde phase in order for us to retrace our steps. I think journaling about the energies is a good way to embrace any conflicting energies. And we need to kind of slow down. It is about journeying backwards over the past. It is about bringing up those issues and those hard conversations that you've avoided. It is about reviewing, reflection, and reevaluation. So I do feel it is likely that the masculine will pop up this week, will come forward, break free from that, stuck in a rut energy, to deal with these issues within his personal life. I think with more clarity and understanding, I feel a lot of integrating of these past life lessons as we learn them and finally move forward with confidence. So this Venus retrograde is going to definitely pack a punch. There's no way to downplay the intensity of this energy, because it is about transformation. It is about having those taboo conversations, embracing the power struggles, releasing manipulation, obsession, jealousy, secrecy, and I feel deep sexual desires in the masculine's life that he's not going to be able to ignore. He's going to have to dredge up these repressed emotions. Everything that he's been keeping hidden under the rug is about to come to light. That big elephant in the room, I think, can no longer be ignored as the masculine is pushed into the new signing of this contract with the divine feminine this week. So I think the masculine's going to deal with a lot of confrontations with the karmic lover, a lot of turmoil, a lot of repressed anger that's been brewing below the surface for quite some time. And this Venus retrograde is forcing these issues to the light of day is kind of what I'm feeling. Definitely going to be intense, a powerful portal of transformation, life-changing shifts when it comes to romantic partnerships that will be taking place as we are all encouraged to surrender and release our need to control in the energies. We cannot control this. It's time to stop fighting these repressed feelings. It's time to confront and acknowledge what's truly been on our heart when it comes to past love, friendships. So expect people from the past to show up for resolution. It is going to have us reevaluating even our finances and our core value system. So this is definitely going to be a hard aspect to work through this retrograde season. It's going to be intense. And this really is to get us to rise above the stuckness and the blocked energy. And then as Chiron stations direct, Chiron really is about our deep inner wounds. And I feel as Chiron turns direct, it is going to reveal this wound at a deeper level that is finally ready to be healed this lifetime. And Aries energy is all about your sense of self, finding courage to have that independent energy, to embrace any physical limitations and move beyond them. And I feel it is about us stepping into leading our life on our terms. I feel Chiron's been in retrograde. We've been working through these core wounds for quite some time. And as it turns direct, I feel there's going to be a turning point when it comes to our healing journey. And we're going to be able to demonstrate just how much we've worked through this core wound and all of the things that we've learned. So I think get ready to feel this shift if you have Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn placements, because this Chiron direct energy really is supporting you, healing on your terms, trusting in yourself a little bit more, and releasing these harsh self-imposed expectations and limitations, and really discovering more about yourself than ever before. So we also have the Sun sextile Jupiter on the 19th. So all of this energy really is feeling like an eclipse energy. So it really is an ideal time to reach your goals. With the Sun sextile Jupiter, it's going to bring forward a sense of optimism. It's a very lucky energy, a very happy energy. And whether you believe in fate or free will, this really is a fated aspect, and it is the perfect time to attract good fortune, windfalls, inheritances, especially if you are in alignment with your mission. So I feel goals will be reached with little or zero resistance when it comes to manifesting divine feminine. I think new projects are starting, new ideas are coming forward when it comes to growth and expansion. I think the energy is going to be very generous and hospitable, and I feel a lot of the feminines are stepping into their spiritual authority figure position. So a lot can be experienced with that shift when it comes to material and spiritual wealth. New opportunities are coming forward when it comes to furthering our spiritual education. I think what starts now will definitely be successful moving forward. So journal about what it is that you want to manifest in your life. Know that you have a value to add to the collective when it comes to your social interactions with others. And I feel this group effort coming full circle. I did want to address the running twin, the masculine, the runner twin, because I do feel a lot of these runner twins are unawakened. The feminine goes through the awakening first, and we suffer so deeply during this integration process, releasing these negative behaviors, these negative programmings. And I feel the masculine twin is going to experience a major awakening in the energies this week. And the feminine is reevaluating her views on how she sees men in the world. Many of us in the collective will lump men into one category. And this really is a collective issue that we're needing to kind of work through. Many of us will lump all men into one category of cheating, immature, all kinds of negative aspects. And we're kind of being asked to release that negative viewpoint. Because everything is a reflection of our inner masculine, divine feminine. So, we need to remember the twins do share eternal love. It is an eternal connection. And it's the distortive collective human programming that really causes this energy of separation. So when we buy into negativity, that's going to create more cosmic blocks. When we release the collective negativity, it really does allow us to draw on our inner strength to call the masculine in. So release any karmic negativity when it comes to collective issues. And I feel as Venus is in retrograde, this is going to be easier to be addressed. It's going to be easier to shift our mindset into new belief patterns, to release the negativity that really have affected our emotions, our vibration, coming into alignment, because outer results are manifesting quickly with this Capricorn energy. So clear away any lies, any illusions. Trust and open up to your soul's ability to manifest whatever it is that you desire, because we are here to live a life of joy, of unity, of happiness, and unconditional love. And we truly are powerful beings, and we are capable of manifesting this in our life, but we have to believe in it first. So where are you lacking that belief on an unconscious inner level? Because that's going to create blocks and limitations when it comes to having our dreams come true. So believe and you shall receive is a message. I think for many of the feminines, it does kind of feel like this void, like something is still missing on the inside. And I feel the energy is aligning us to deliver that void energy once and for all. Even though we might not be in physical union, nothing is ever truly missing from us. So I think that's a big block when it comes to reuniting. So listen to the universal guidance when it comes to resolving these issues with Venus in retrograde and Chiron moving direct, because this is a period that is asking us to be comfortable in our own skin, to know that we always have the power to take action and create anything we want with or without that physical union. So I think this is a big week when it comes to healing past disappointments. This Venus retrograde is going to be a 5-week detox and recalibration when it comes to love and committed partnerships. And emotional wounds are without a doubt going to be highlighted, especially when it comes to disappointment of not having that physical union. So go into that core belief of what is true for you. Release any negativity when it comes to thought processes around all men cheat, true love doesn't exist, twin flames are here to suffer, because none of that is true. And we need to release that to find that karmic balancing from within in order to have that within all of our personal relationships. So reevaluate everything. I think get ready for exes to show up again in order to clear the pathway, to accelerate the pathway towards unity. Go to your inner truth, go into meditation, and go to your twin's higher self, because that is where there is no distortions. That is where ego perceptions are lifted. And that is when you can really come into that connection. So I feel this is a crucial week when it comes to releasing what no longer serves you, what you are allowed to let go of, and what it is that you need to release that really has been damaging your belief system. So I think the planets this week really are pushing us to work with these energies, to embrace these influences, to have positive results, and to shift into unity consciousness. So let's see what needs to come through with the cards for the week ahead. I got a whole bunch of new decks in from Hay House yesterday. I've only picked out a couple to use today. I like to kind of feel the cards out before I jump right into using them, but we will use a couple of the new decks today. Big message, practice unconditional love. So the more you show unconditional love to yourself, the easier it is to promote calling the masculine in, to have that healthy union, that healthy relationship. So if there's any criticism coming up, I feel it's just a reflection of what still needs to be healed internally within yourself for this connection to come together. But let's see what needs to come through for the divine masculine. Soul alignment, beautiful. Yeah, the masculine is going through a transformation, profound life change, as everything that's no longer serving him is kind of fading away. This is really beautiful energy coming through this week. So yeah, the masculine knows it's time to release the karmic social circle, finding his true tribe. I feel the masculine is feeling very depleted, stuck and stagnant, and it's time to release those people that no longer contribute to his growth, because the masculine, I feel, is coming into his soul's purpose, definitely soul alignment, and tapping into his higher self, going through this transformation. So a lot of lower ego is being dismissed in the energies this week, as the masculine is seeking out this love with the feminine, stepping into his greater purpose, embracing, this connection. I feel there is a lot of integration when it comes to this higher contract, when it comes to the masculine's purpose this life. And a lot is happening this week as the masculine is shedding all of these lower ego desires, all of these external factors and relationships that really have depleted him. They're all fading away for the masculine to step into his highest purpose, to step into unconditional love, joy, and compassion. So I think a lot of self-development this week for the divine masculine. What needs to come through for the divine feminine? Liberation. So we are breaking the chains of restrictions, chains of impediments. And I do feel the feminine is releasing the mental clutter, making that choice. Yeah, look at that twin soul on the bottom of the deck. So, as difficult as this journey has been, we do need to remember we chose to incarnate this life with our counterpart. to embrace the complexities of this intense connection, to strip away these outdated beliefs within our ancestral lineage for the collective. And we are here to bring that high vibration love into the world. So Divine Feminine, be careful of spending too much time up in your head, because that is going to block clarity that's trying to come through. So I feel liberation for the feminine, and, you know, stepping into imparting that wisdom with the collective. So I think a lot of the feminines really are being pushed to step into their purpose, to step into their entrepreneurial gifts, and a lot of divine protection. So listen to the messages you're receiving, Divine Feminine, because Spirit is offering you all kinds of guidance, and you're just needing to open up and listen to that, because as you deepen your relationship with yourself, Divine Feminine, it allows your twin to have that recognition. So I think motivation being restored for many of the Divine Feminines. We're going to see what needs to come through for the masculine with the Angel Wisdom Tarot. And I've just got the major arcanas and all of the aces when it comes to this deck. So we'll see what needs to come through for the masculine. And we get the Ace of Pentacles. So brand new, abundant beginning is coming. I feel an exciting new opportunity if the masculine is brave enough to come forward and seek that wise counsel with the Divine Feminine. This is also speaking of good fortune. I feel the signing of a new contract, a significant purchase like a home or a vehicle. So I do feel the masculine is moving homes, stepping into his own manifesting capabilities. I feel magic being brought to life within the masculine's conscious awareness. And he does have all the tools he needs to be successful and manifest abundance, but there is a need to dismiss that lower ego is what I feel. I think the masculine is finally recognizing the illusion of being trapped in this karmic situation, and it really is time for the masculine to accept responsibility for his current situation, for the choices he's made, and to make healthier choices that will support his pathway towards happiness. I feel it's time to release these addictions and these unhealthy habits in order for the masculine to step into this new beginning. So we'll see what needs to come through with the Angel Power Tarot cards for the feminine. Strength just flipped out for the Divine Feminine, and then we got the moon on the bottom of the deck. So something about that full moon in Gemini. I feel a new opportunity is coming. You're really needing to listen to your intuition, Divine Feminine, for that accurate guidance. Face any fears when it comes to union. I know a lot of us go into soul shock over the trauma of the separation. So I think call upon the strength of your ancestors. I do feel strength and grace and kindness really is flowing through the feminine. As self-confidence is restored, I do think forgiveness is a big message as well. And good fortune is coming for you, Divine Feminine, a brand new beginning. I think the end of delays is now, and there is going to be a change in direction that is going to bring a lot of positivity into your life, Divine Feminine. So get ready for this new beginning. Trust yourself, trust in your intuition, and push any fears aside is kind of what seems to be coming through. So this is a new deck I'm going to use today. It is the Gateway of Light Activation deck by Kyle Gray. So we will see what activations need to come through for the week ahead when it comes to this energy shift. Don't mind me. These cards are very sticky. Whenever I get a new deck, it's very hard to shuffle. So we got Star being healing codes. So there's a lot of deep wounds being healed. The energy really is recharging as these important lessons and codes come in to be downloaded for transmutation. And I feel, yeah, there's that higher heart activation. So I do feel a lot of higher heart activations. The masculine knows it's time to drop the shield around his heart, to embrace divine love. And I do feel the feminine's heart really has healed enough for this shield to be dropped, this higher heart activation. And then we get the Venusian Galactic Council. So that's directly linked to that Venus retrograde energy. So I do feel a lot of star being guides coming through for the collective. The time is now to answer the call. The time is now to shine your light. Yes, the time is now to proceed and to push through these energies as secrets are revealed, as the masculine goes through this initiation. Let's see what is being evaluated on the masculine side. So there is a gestation period. I do feel the masculine's very isolated, feeling very cold and left out in the dark. And I think he's diving deep within some shadow aspects in the energies to close out a cycle. I kind of feel, yeah, there's the energy lost in space. I feel I'm seeking direction. Couple energies of 10 cycles. And then we got the 29 card, which is major karmic cycle closing out. Taurus energy. So I kind of feel like the masculine's been stabbed, and it's time for him to find his inner strength and his resourcefulness to come forward, because yeah, the heart is in focus, home is in focus, compassion, and that reconciliation energy. So the masculine does desire to reconcile these differences. He's going deep within his fears. He's definitely feeling lost. I think he's craving that direction from the divine feminine. These roots run so deep. I do feel the masculine is grieving as he goes through this higher heart activation, finding his inner resources to find the courage to take action. What needs to come through on the divine feminine side for evaluating energies, please? Initiation. So the crossing of the guards, the crossing of the bridge is what I want to say. So divine feminine, you're in a cosmic womb too. The divine feminine energy, embracing healing, stepping into that Jesus consciousness. And, you know, I feel there's still another layer of anger needing to be addressed for the divine feminine, because the feminine feels like she was stolen from. The karmic thieved from the feminine and stole the masculine, and I feel there's still a layer of anger and forgiveness needing to come up when it comes to the refusal of the masculine answering the call. And I feel a crossing of bridges as the masculine goes through this initiation. And bottom of the deck, it is this radical acceptance of this beloved connection, tapping into the limitless possibilities as the masculine boldly steps forward, you know, with that offer is kind of what I'm feeling. The universe is in partnership with us, and there is without a doubt radical acceptance on the heart of this divine connection, and the masculine is getting ready to step forward. So let's see what needs to come through with the tarot for the week ahead. We'll dig into the masculine side first. Nine of Cups, wishes. I feel making that wish. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. Nine of Cups, Page of Cups. So apology. And, you know, I think many of us divine feminines thought, when pigs frickin' fly, will I ever hear from that man again? And he wants to come forward. Definitely the heart is saying it's time to come forward with that offer, with that apology. He wants wish fulfillment with the divine feminine, and that's about it for the masculine. So yeah, death, rebirth, transformation, coming forward to face that final judgment call with the divine feminine, who I feel is sitting in that Queen of Swords energy, patiently waiting, sitting in her truth, honoring her boundaries. The flag's been waved, and the masculine is coming back for that judgment, that reconciliation. What needs to come through on the feminine side for the week ahead? Four of Swords, Two of Swords, healing any mental blocks is kind of what I feel, because that equals the 6. So moving on from the past heartbreak, I feel really embracing, understanding any blocks when it comes to forward movement, because communication is coming the second you release those blocks, because the time is now for balance. So get ready for a Tower, something around that moon cycle. I feel the masculine's getting ready to lay down this burden, to release the fight, to step into visionary leader, to take action with passion towards restoring a sense of balance within this connection. I feel for sure around that full moon energy, there's going to be a tower. There's going to be an unexpected reach out, shake up, or something in order for some communication to come forward. So let's get a few twin flame oracle messages. I love you. Miracles. Oh my God, this is freaking beautiful this week. So moon, yeah, definitely. We are without a doubt being affected by the lunar cycle. So something about that full moon in Gemini. I think don't lose hope. Don't give up, Divine Feminine. It's never too late. Change can happen in an instant. And I do feel major disillusionment when it comes to our physical existence, the physical reality. As the masculine knows, you know, you are his true counterpart. I do feel a lot of telepathy being restored when it comes to this connection. And get ready for miracles, Divine Feminine, because we are ascending these limitations. We are raising our soul's vibration and shedding all old limitations. So passion will be reignited. I do feel a fated imminent is meeting. So celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. You are stepping into mastery of your gifts, activating your soul song, and stepping into unconditional love and forgiveness. There is always eternal love between the twins, and I feel innocence being restored within these connections. So let's get a couple closing messages for the twins for the week ahead. Psychic insight. So feel third eye activations for the divine masculine, seeing truth for what it truly is, and being brave enough to follow his intuition. I feel connecting to our ancestors, our lineage, any family wounds or patterns needing to be addressed are going to be healed now, because there is divine intervention taking place this week that is occurring, pushing the masculine to step into purpose. So ask and you shall receive. I feel a lot of psychic insight being restored. You know, share your gifts with grace is a big message, Divine Feminine. I think a lot of activations and waves of inspiration are coming through you, Divine Feminine, with love. So know that you truly have supreme protection, divine protection. Energetic cords are being cut this week so we can move beyond these limitations. So trust. I do feel a cloak over the twins and the energies this week. We already know the answers we've been seeking. We just need to trust in that energy. So prayer, contemplation, I feel in the energies, connect with your ancestors, your guides in the heavens. Ask and you shall receive, because it's time to forgive in order to heal, to see the light in everybody, and to remember that love truly has no boundaries. So I feel sacred vision being restored this week. So get ready. A new start is right around the corner, guys. That's what I have for the weekly forecast. If you would like to book a personal reading, please feel free to shoot me an email or send me a message, and I would be happy to get that booked in for you. But do keep in mind, I'm booking into the middle of January at this point in time, as things are booking up very quickly. So I do suggest get a message sent right away if you would like to book a reading. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.